Bipolar disorder, formerly known as manic depression, is a mental health condition characterized by disabling mood episodes lasting days to weeks at a time. Mood episodes may cause a person to feel abnormally happy, energetic, or irritable, known as a manic or hypomanic episode, or very low and empty, known as a depressive episode. Nearly 3% of Americans have bipolar disorder, so it's not surprising that some of them with this condition are household names. Confirming if famous people have bipolar disorder is difficult, as many people try to assert diagnoses from afar or spread rumors surrounding erratic behavior. However, several celebrities have spoken out about their experiences of living with bipolar disorder, and in doing so have helped foster more compassionate and patient-focused conversations about bipolar disorder and mental illness. Here is a list of 10 celebrities that have bipolar disorder. Number 10. Selena Gomez. Former Disney star Selena Gomez, who first rose to fame in the television show Wizards of Waverly Place, revealed in April 2020 that she has bipolar disorder. Recently, I went to one of the best mental health hospitals in America, McLean Hospital, affiliated with Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and I discussed that after years of going through a lot of different things, I realized I was bipolar, said Gomez in a 2020 interview with Elle. So, when I know more information, it actually helps me. It doesn't scare me when I know it. I felt a huge weight lifted off me when I found out, said Gomez in another interview with Elle in 2021. I could take a deep breath and go, okay, that explains so much. Gomez, who was diagnosed with lupus in 2014, has also been open about her struggles with anxiety and depression. Now, the Lose You to Love Me singer aims to normalize conversations about mental health through her platform, Wondermind, which she co-founded in 2021 with her mother, Mandy Teefey, and CEO of the Newsette, Danielle Pearson. Number 9. Kanye West. Ye, also known as Kanye West before he legally changed his name, is widely considered one of the most influential rappers of all time, boasting 22 Grammys to date. In a 2019 interview with David Letterman, the Grammy-winning rapper spoke frankly about what it's like to live with bipolar disorder. I feel a heightened connection with the universe when I'm ramping up. It is a health issue, Ye said. He described his experience with bipolar disorder as having a sprained brain, similar to having a sprained ankle. If someone has a sprained ankle, you're not going to push on him more. With us, once our brain gets to a point of spraining, people do everything to make it worse, Ye told Letterman. Despite his successes, Ye has stirred controversy multiple times over the years. He's had a number of outbursts both in public and online, which his loved ones have previously attributed to his bipolar disorder. Number 8. Mariah Carey. Pop star Mariah Carey revealed in a 2018 interview with People that she'd been living with bipolar II disorder for nearly 2 decades. First diagnosed in 2001 after being hospitalized for a mental and physical breakdown, the platinum-selling singer told People that she didn't want to believe the diagnosis. But the burden of keeping that diagnosis to herself and constantly living in fear that someone would expose her, as well as a particularly tough 2 years that included a broken engagement to business mogul James Packer, eventually encouraged Carey to seek treatment and ultimately share her story. She's now in therapy and taking medication for bipolar II disorder, which involves mood swings between depression and hypomania, but isn't as severe as bipolar I disorder. Number 7. Pete Wentz. Pete Wentz belongs to the award-winning rock band Fall Out Boy, known for its hits like Sugar We're Going Down and Dance Dance. But amid his success, Wentz was struggling behind the scenes during the band's early years. In a 2015 interview with Howard Stern on SiriusXM, Wentz described his 20s as a particularly tumultuous time. He revealed he'd been self-medicating while on tour with Fall Out Boy to cope with what he later learned were bipolar symptoms. My highs, my happiness are really high, and my lows are very low, and I'm not able to regulate between the two, Wentz told Stern, according to MTV News. Through actual therapy and having kids, it's way more under control and something I can see when I'm on the roller coaster and control it more. Number 6. Carrie Fisher. The late Carrie Fisher's portrayal of Princess Leia in the original Star Wars trilogy turned her into a pop culture icon. However, partly due to her tumultuous childhood, she struggled with drug and alcohol addictions. When she was 24, Fisher found out she had bipolar disorder, a diagnosis she rejected until she was 28 when she had a drug overdose and decided to get sober, per Scientific American. "Only then was I able to see nothing else could explain away my behavior," she said. Number 5. Jean-Claude Van Damme. The Belgian kickboxer Jean-Claude Van Damme has appeared in numerous action films, including Bloodsport, Sudden Death, and Universal Soldier. While his movie career took off, Van Damme's personal life was unraveling. He divorced 4 times, was charged with spousal abuse, and was addicted to cocaine. According to CBS News, Van Damme eventually was diagnosed with rapid cycling bipolar disorder, a form of the condition that involves at least 4 mood episodes in 1 year. Before being diagnosed, Van Damme said he relied on training to cope with his symptoms. Number 4. Linda Hamilton. Linda Hamilton is best known for her role as Sarah Connor in Terminator and Terminator 2: Judgment Day. She also starred in the TV series Beauty and the Beast. Yet even as she was attaining ever greater professional success, she was self-medicating with drugs and alcohol, and her bipolar symptoms affected multiple marriages. According to AP Radio, Hamilton struggled with symptoms of bipolar disorder for 20 years before being diagnosed, a time she calls her lost years. Though she initially worried that treatment would diminish her talents, she is now on medication and speaks openly about having the disorder. "Somebody needs to come out and make this okay for people to talk about, and get help and take advantage of the resources," Hamilton told AP Radio. Number 3. Sinead O'Connor. The Irish singer Sinead O'Connor often made headlines in the late 1980s and 1990s with her Grammy-winning songs and rebellious attitude. However, as her fame grew in her 20s, so did her struggles with mental illness. O'Connor's symptoms, which included suicidal thoughts, steadily worsened until she was finally diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2003. She talked openly about living with this condition on The Oprah Winfrey Show in 2007. "Every pore of you is crying, and you don't even understand why or what," O'Connor told Winfrey. "I actually kind of died and got born again as a result of taking the meds and having a chance to, build a life." Number 2. Jane Pauley. The television journalist Jane Pauley made her network debut on NBC's Today Show at age 25. She went on to work for the network's Dateline and later had her own talk show. Then, at age 50, Pauley began experiencing episodes of depression and mania. It's thought that steroids used to treat hives kick-started her symptoms, which were diagnosed as bipolar disorder. It unmasked what doctors described as a genetic vulnerability to a mood disorder, and by that time, I was in pretty deep trouble, Pauley told CBS News in 2019. She also shared an experience with bipolar-related stigma. After Pauley's diagnosis, her doctor tried to give her a cover story of thyroid issues to hide from her employers that she had bipolar disorder. She said she uses such experiences to fight stigma with sophistication. Number 1. Catherine Zeta-Jones. The Academy Award-winning actress Catherine Zeta-Jones first became known to movie audiences in the 1998 film The Mask of Zorro. In 2000, she married actor Michael Douglas. The mother of 2 revealed in April 2011 that she had sought treatment for bipolar II disorder, which is characterized by episodes of hypomania, less severe highs and irritability than manic episodes, alternating with depression. After dealing with the stress of the past year, Catherine made the decision to check into a mental health facility for a brief stay, her publicist announced in a 2011 statement, per ABC News.